Hi everyone, welcome once again to another tutorial session in bioinformatics. In today's video, I am going to show you how you can set up HISAT2 in a Linux environment, and we are going to use binaries for this exercise. HISAT2 is a tool that is used for mapping RNA sequences to a reference genome. And so if you want to read more about this tool, you can visit the home page here. I'll leave the link to this page in the description box. Now for this tutorial, in order for you to follow it, you need to make sure you have a Linux environment, and you also need to make sure you have GCC installed. As at the time of making this tutorial, what worked for me was GCC 9.3. And so I assume that GCC 9.3 and above will also work for you. So make sure you also set that up. Instructions for installing GCC are in the description box, so just use them. Okay, so let's go and download the binaries. So this is the page, and I will leave the link to this page in the description box. So on this page, just come to binaries and then select this one. This was the latest version as at the time of making this video. So let's click it, and then you'll be sent to the section where we get a download link. So we are using Linux, and so this is what we will go for. And this is the link. And so to download, you can click it, or you can also use the command line. Because I'll use the command line to download, I'll just get this link. So I'll copy it, I'll right click and then copy it. That is what I need. And then I'll move to the terminal. So let's go to the terminal. On the terminal, the first thing I'll do is to cd it to my home directory. And then I'll use widgets to download it. So this is how I'll do it. Widgets, and then I'll supply it with a download link. I'll add another option. I'll say -o HISAT2.zip. The reason why I am adding this is that when you download, this is the name that will be given to the file. Okay, this may be confusing, so I add this so that after download, the file will be renamed, and then we will have it this way. Okay, I just want to add the extension. So let's download now. Okay, so download has been done. Let's do an ls to check. Okay, so we have the file HISAT2.zip. What we are going to do next is to extract the content of this zip file. So I'll say unzip, and then I'll supply it with the name. Okay, so the contents have been extracted. Let's check it out. Let's clear the screen first. Let's do an ls. Okay, so you will have this directory here. This contains the binaries. So let's ls into it. So I'll say ls HISAT2 -2.2.1. Okay, so I have the files here. We are going to test, so we will just execute this file here. So to do that, I'll say HISAT2 -2.2.1/HISAT2. We are just testing. Okay, so once I have this message popping up being displayed, that means everything is okay. So we are good to go. Because we did not specify any input file, that is why we have this last message coming up. But it's fine. We are only setting it up, so it's okay. Now let's proceed. Let's clear the screen and continue. With the current setup, we always have to specify the path, the full path to the binaries. This can be problematic because when we are working, we may be in different directories. We'll be moving from one directory to another, and so specifying the full path and sometimes may be inconvenient. So to make things much better, much streamlined, we are going to configure our system so that when we call HISAT2 like this, we can have it being executed for us. But with the current setup, when you execute it, when you call this name, this file, you will have this message coming up. okay, command not found. And so what we are going to do is to modify the .bashrc file and then add the path to it so that it's registered in our environment. And so to do that, I'll need to get a full path again. Okay. Now, whenever we have installations, it's advisable to organize the files. And so what I'm going to do is to create a directory and then move this one into it. Okay, so I'll say make that apps. And then I'll move the directory to it. So I'll say mv-string HISAT2.2.2.1. Okay, so I have it this way. So I'll move this to the apps directory. So now do an ls into apps and you see it's there. Because we want to get the full path of the binaries, I'll need to cd to it. So I'll say cd apps HISAT2-2.2.1 and then I'll do a pwd to get a path. So this is what I need. So make sure you also copy what is displayed for you. Yours is likely to be different from what I have on my PC. Now let's cd back to the home directory. And then let's make a backup of the .bashrc file. So I'll say cp.bashrc and then I will put it here. So I'm making a copy and the copy will be given this name. So this copy is just a backup. We are not going to use it. It's just a backup so that in case anything goes wrong, we can use that to reverse the changes we made. So I'll copy it. Okay, so do an ls and you see that file also there. Perfect. So now what we are going to do is to edit the .bashrc file and then we are going to put the path that we have in that particular file. So I will say nano.bashrc. That is what I'm going to do. In addition to nano, you can use other file editors, other text file editors. I prefer to use nano, so I will do it this way. So that's what I'll do. So let's edit. Okay, so I'll scroll down. Okay, so I will now add a path here. So I'll say export path equals $path. So this path variable here has some additional paths already specified there. Okay, so we are only adding. So that is why we have to include that as well. So once we have it this way, we add our colon and then we specify the path to our HISAT2 like this. So now we are going to exit this editor and we will save the changes. Perfect. So now you can open another terminal and then test. So let's open another terminal. So I'll open mine here. Okay, so I have my new terminal. So what I'll do is to type HISAT2. And then it's done for me. So this is how we use binaries to set up HISAT2 in a Linux environment. So take note of that. So this is how I bring my tutorial to an end. In addition to the binaries, you can also install HISAT2 using Conda. Or you can also build the source to get it also installed. So these two approaches are also there for you to do. So you can just check my other videos on how to use these other two methods to also install HISAT2. You can also watch my other tutorial on how general mapping is performed using HISAT2. So just check the description box for those videos as well. Or you can just use the link that is being displayed for you. So that will be all for this tutorial. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next session. Goodbye.